Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for a very important video, and you definitely want to watch this one right through until the end. We're going to have a look at the macro. There's some big events happening that a lot of people, particularly in the crypto space, are either not aware of or just not talking about. Maybe it's a case of if you don't talk about it, it won't happen. But for some very concerning things. Obviously, we expect a big pullback to the downside, Nick and myself, and I want to sort of highlight why we believe this. Obviously, the DOJ came out yesterday and shook the market with what seemed to be a lackluster, I guess, deal, right? Where they're talking about this Russian exchange that nobody really gives two shits about. But there is far more that meets the eye. So I'm going to dig into that, and hopefully the media don't beat me to the punch and air what I'm about to say before my video comes out like they did yesterday with Genesis. We've obviously been talking about Genesis DCG for some time, over a month. I think I've been highlighting these companies as potential bankruptcy risks, and they beat me to the punch yesterday. I had to wait for the algorithm and all that to catch up, so we put the video out at 9 o'clock yesterday in the evening, UK. But I recorded it at like midday, and then obviously it come out in the afternoon or evening before my video came out, which was a real shame because, would have liked to have broken that for the channel. That obviously Genesis is very imminently coming to a point where it goes and files for bankruptcy. But we're going to dig into all this stuff. This is so important. Stay tuned. It's really important. If you enjoy this sort of content, mash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you don't miss any of this alpha content. Jump in the Discord. We cover so much more there. Link is in the description. It's absolutely free to join. There's over 6,300 people supporting one another, navigate the space safely. Best of all, it's absolutely free. Link is in the description of the video. Right, let's get to it. So we're going to start here with the lackluster, I guess, exchange news from the DOJ yesterday that really was the main reason the market pulled back at about 3 o'clock. Great timing for the video yesterday where we said, careful now. And then 3 o'clock it actually pulled back. And this is, all to do with this Russian exchange, obviously laundering money for, drug dealers and cartels and all this, terrible, terrible stuff. That is evil in this world. There's no getting away from it. One thing that I will say though is the traditional banking system is, a safe haven for many of the cartels, and money laundering is constantly happening. I think over the December January period there was over 6 banks that paid fines to regulators around the world for anti-money laundering issues or lack of policies and processes. So look, it's a big deal, but it's not really like the biggest deal in all the world. You didn't see any of this stuff with FTX, Alameda Research, but as soon as Russia are involved, it seems that they need to make a big deal of it. But there is more that meets more to this story than meets the eye, and that is because FinCEN lists Binance among top Bitcoin counterparties of this particular Russian exchange. It says that basically they received an awful lot of payments or money transfers. I say money transfers, but crypto transfers between 2018 and 2022 September. And this is really interesting, but I guess what it really does sort of bring to the forefront is that agenda that I've been talking about against Binance for some time. They say many exchanges, but they list Binance, and it's almost becoming comical. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions in the comments below. Love reading what your thoughts and opinions are, so definitely let me know those in the comments below. But again, it goes to show there's an agenda here, but this is rather interesting. So could we see the likes of the SCC going after Binance? I think that is very much on the agenda. I think we could see them doing the same as what they're doing with Genesis, Gemini, what they did with BlockFi, you know, and yeah, look, there is an agenda from the SCC, and that is to destroy crypto. At least in my eyes, that's, you know, how I view the lay of the land based on what I see happening and what I see coming out of the SCC. You know, I don't see any harboring of the, you know, the technology. I don't see any support for projects or exchanges. No guidance or you know, I guess boundaries or anything like that. All I see is, you know, I guess regulation through enforcement with no clarity beforehand. It is beyond a joke, and I do hold them partly responsible alongside the likes of Sam from FTX and the rest of those, you know, scammers, because this happened under the SCC's watch, and they failed to protect the retail or just general investors, you know, investors full stop. They failed those individuals epically, and you know, you're not seeing any apologies for it either. And you know, to leapfrog investors when you are recouping your fines from bankrupt exchanges and lending platforms that, you know, pretty much you put the final nail in the coffin for, you know, is not, you know, adhering to your very own mission statement. So yeah, I've got no time for Gsary Gensler and the corruptness of some of these regulators. Let's move on. We've got crypto firm Genesis is preparing, I can't talk today, to file bankruptcy or file for bankruptcy. The lender of DCG could file as soon as this week, and this is what I heard on the grapevine yesterday. And yeah, look, it's one of those. This is going to have big, you know, impacts across many of the other platforms, you know, particularly Gemini and potentially even Grayscale. So let's see what happens, but let's keep an eye on this. Another one I just wanted to throw in the mix: Binance delists Shiba Inu, the latest happening in crypto. It's interesting, not sure why. Let me know if you do have an inkling as to why they're doing that down in the comments below. But let's talk about the US. Let's talk about the problems that are also on the horizon. Obviously, this is just one part of the world, and you can look in various different parts of the world to know that there is a big problem on the horizon that has the potential to pull all financial markets down massively. Bank of America issue, some customers reporting money missing from their accounts. You know, some have zero money in their accounts now. Some have, you know, just some of their money missing from their accounts. There are talks that this is just a glitch. There is talks that, you know, maybe Bank of America are actually insolvent. I don't really know what is going on there. Maybe if you're in America and you have more information, or perhaps there's more information out by the time this video is aired, you can let us know in the comments below. But yeah, look, it's interesting times. And why do I bring this up? You know, it's not really crypto related, but there is something that will impact crypto massively if that happens. And basically this is if the US hits its debt ceiling, and that could happen today. Now, don't get me wrong, they could be putting in some measures to stop the ceiling being reached. Things like, you know, removing the investments that they need to make or have planned to make. You know, particularly around federal employees, health benefits and retirement and all these sorts of things. They could delay those, scrap those and all that sort of stuff. But let's be honest, all that does is delay the inevitable. And I've said this time and time again. There's a few people that, you know, we talked to today, and they're like, well, they just turn on the money printer. And if they do, that'd be great for crypto. But again, it's only delaying the issue. It looks really, really bad from a macro environment. I really want to air this so people really try to understand what, you know, angle I'm coming from here. This is a non-crypto angle, but, you know, crypto is correlated with everything that is happening in the space. You know, just think about this. Debt is increasing. People are using debt mechanisms like credit cards and loans to be able to feed their families, light their homes, keep mortgage payments up to date. This is not good. And, I can talk about it until I'm blue in the face, and will continue to do so, because I want everybody in this space to be as safe as possible. But basically, what is being articulated in this article is that basically, and you'll love this, it could all go, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏 come June, which is, basically what we've been saying, middle of the year. Maybe we are likely to see, some further downside. Look, take what I say with a pinch of salt. I am no financial advisor. Treat this as educational purposes only. But there's an awful lot of people that have flipped bullish too early, in my opinion. Look, I would love to be wrong. I would love the markets to, keep continuing to increase to the upside. I would love this. There's no one that would want this more than me. But ultimately, I'm a realist, and I think people should go away, listen, after listening to what I've said in this video, and go research and see, what level, what side you kind of sit on. I don't look at this like bull and bear. I'm bullish about crypto 24/7. We're here talking about it passionately all the time. But what I would say is that, you don't want to lose your money. Be clever with your money. But yeah, look, that's my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tap in that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.